Joanne, Rita, and Cheryl. Okay.
Megan.
Megan.
Mumbai.
Joanne, Rita, Cheryl, and Megan.
I'm Roselle.
Joanne, Rita, Cheryl, Megan, and
Roselle.
Roselle.
Shreyans.
Shreyans. Okay, it's getting harder.
Yeah, good luck.
Joanne, Rita, Cheryl, Megan, Roseanne, and
Roselle.
Roselle, and
Shreya.
Shreya. Okay.
Amana from Bang.
Aman. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to imagine. Joanne, Rita, Cheryl, Megan, Roselle, Shreyan, Shreyans, and Anand, and Anand. A-N-A-N-D. Okay, great. Super. Nice to meet you all. So I'm just going to talk for a few minutes about... Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, come on. And I know Suneha so well. We met yesterday. So. And Tamara, brilliant. So when we sing, this part of our voice, this is where our voice comes from. So this is what we call the larynx. Yeah. And if we just spread our fingers across our throats like this, and if everyone just goes, ah. Ah. What can you feel?
The vibrations.
You can feel vibrations, yeah. And can you feel any movement?
Yeah.
It goes up. Yes, it goes up. Perfect. Now can you do it again? Can you feel if it goes up? What happens at the top? Does it go backwards or does it come forwards? Ah. Go. Ah. Forwards. Lovely. So what's going on inside here is that there's muscular movement to make particular pitches, and it's about us trying to work out how to harness that to make the best control and the most beautiful sound. So inside here we have, can you see the little moon on your thumb? There's a little kind of little white moon on your thumb, and inside here we have two bits of muscle about the size of that little moon, and they come together when air blows over it. They go together. Ah, ah, and just like a string, as you go higher, they stretch forwards. So if you stretch a string and you go dong 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 dong, it gets higher. That's exactly what happens in here. So spread your fingers again, and at the front it's coming forwards and it's attached at the back, going ah, go ah. You see? Okay. So this is how we can help children to understand if they are not understanding how to go higher in their range. We help them to understand that this needs to come up and forwards. And what we don't want to do is to stick our heads forward. Because if we stick our heads forward, it's very hard, you see, for my throat to stretch properly. So we want to get a good posture, and then we want to have good breath. And the reason we want to have good breath is so that we can, there's a muscle underneath here, underneath our lungs, called the diaphragm. And this is like a plate. So it sits underneath here like a plate, and we need to get this to go down when we breathe in so that we can control the amount of air. Because if we have too much air, we get a sound like this, ah, and if we have too little air, we get a sound like this, ah. Okay, so we want to get the right kind of sound between those two. Okay, and that's what we want to try and get our children to understand with their breath. I'm sorry if lots of you understand this and I'm sounding a bit patronising at all. It's just for anybody who doesn't understand, I want to try and see if we can all get the same idea about these things. So let's just stand ourselves up. And we want to get an idea of trying to breathe nice and low. So if we breathe high, it's like this. Can you all do me one of those? Yeah, good, nice high breath again. Yeah, now grab hold of your throat and do that. Can you feel, what do you feel in your throat? Tension, okay. And we want to get rid of tension, because tension makes an ah sound, and it's nice and relaxed again. So we want to try and get rid of this tension, and the way we want to get rid of that is to have a nice posture, so our arms nicely relaxed, and we want to try and get the breath to come from a bit lower than up here. So can you place a hand on your belly button, thumbs on your belly button, and hands below, and see if you can let your belly hang out like mine. You have to make yourself quite fat. And again, go like that for me. Good, and release your tummy and let the air come in. Good, all the way out now. And let go. Good. And let go. Good. And let go. And let go. and let go. Good, and just drop forwards for me. We want to release a lot of the tension in our bodies when we sing. So give your arms a wiggle.
You all look ridiculous.
Breathe into the bottom, breathe into the very bottom of your back. So feel like you can open your back up when you breathe. And release your neck. And just give me a shh. Good. And feel that belly release again. And then come up 1 inch. And then breathe in again. In deeply into your back and shh. Good. Up another inch. And breathe again. Good. Up again. Into your shoulder blades now. Good. And up one last time, keeping your head relaxed. Good. And again, we want to try and get our bodies really relaxed. So just wiggle your fingers and wiggle your wrists and your elbows. Whilst your elbows and wrists going, keep your shoulders going. Whilst your shoulders going, start wiggling your tummy, and then your bottom and your legs. And you want to get everything nice and relaxed and loose, because especially at night time it can get very stiff. And you want to wake your whole body up. Good. And then just see if you can find a nice posture. Stick your hips forward and backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, a bit side to side. And then you want to find a nice balanced position with your knees nicely, not locked, so we don't want them back like that, but just a little bit forwards. And then we tuck the tailbone under, so the hips just a fraction under, a little bit under. And then what we want to do is hands behind the head, and feel your hands pressing into your head and your head pressing into your hand. Can you feel how strongly straight that makes your neck? Can you feel that? We want to have that nice neck strength, because as I said before, if we stick our heads forward, then we get an ah sound. Oh, it means there's lots of space in here for the voice to move. This is a problem. You can put your hands down. This is the problem that the children will face a lot. A lot of young kids will stick their heads forward. I don't know if any of you found that yet, but yeah, you have. Yeah. A lot of them do that, and that's a way that you can show them. Oh, do you? Yeah. Well, often men do more than women. I'm not entirely sure why that is, but that is a problem that men face, certainly, especially young boys if their voices are breaking. You'll find that problem. So this is a way that you can explain to them how to keep their heads and their posture really good. And they want to look just a little bit up. Often, again, kids will look at the floor, or it's hard to get them to look up at you. You want to get them to just look just above the headline, so they've got this nice upward posture, and the chest is nice and lifted. We'll do one more exercise just to get the chest lifted. So fingers on your hips and thumb on your ribs, and just copy me. Stretch those ribs. Can you feel that? And that side. Really stretch your ribs. And then up with your arms. And down to shoulder level, open them up. So your shoulders are shut and drop. And then you have to let your belly go. So once more. And this way. And up. And good. So we want to draw our belly in, at the end of the breath, and keep this nice and relaxed here. So we don't want to collapse here. Really important to keep this lifted. Once more. That's it. Good. Excellent. And just give your face a bit of a massage. We can get very tight in the jaw. A very tight jaw makes a sound like this. La 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 la. You'll get a very stiff, again, sound from your children as their jaws are locked. So give your jaw a bit of a wiggle. Turn your ears on. Go around your ears. And around your face. Because once the sound travels up here, it's like this is your cello. And your head is where all this lovely resonance, and the rest of your body too, but we want to make sure everything's nice and open and free in here so that we can make lots of resonant sounds and not sort of a flat sound like ah, which has no resonance. So lots of bit of pinching and squeezing around here. And then tongue is the last thing that we want to make sure is nicely stretched. So roll it around your mouth. Good. 8 times. Good. 1, 9, and the other way. 1, 2. And the reason we want to make sure the tongue is nice and loose is it's attached. It's a big, big muscle. In fact, I think it's got 16 different muscles in there. Anybody a medic here? I think it's got 16 different muscles within the tongue, and they're attached to the larynx. And so if the tongue is tight, again, we get a very tight sound. And if it's in the back of the throat, you get a sound like that. And if it's at the front, again, you get a freer sound. So we want to make sure the tongue isn't tight and tense. So once more, roll your tongue around your mouth. 1, another note, and the other way. Oh, good, and now like a cat, like that. Stretch it out. Forward. That's it. Like something. Like there's a cat stretching across the roof of its mouth. Scratching something off. Good. And then when we're starting to sing, the best thing, especially early in the morning, I always find myself a bit croaky early in the morning, so does anyone else find that? Yeah, exactly. So the reason is all these muscles are a bit tight and tense, and these haven't started to gently come together. The last thing we want to do is go straight into singing a song, because it's very, very hard on the vocal tract, on the vocal folds. Those little tiny things this size don't want to be crashed together like this. So we make gentle sounds. So just copy me. Good. So good. See how you can go, especially the women as well. Good, excellent. You've got a nice upper register, so use that. Good. Good, nice and low. Good. 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 Gents, feel free to drop down into the bottom octave if it's more comfortable, but if you're happy up there, that's fine. Go. Good. Go. Good. The reason we use sh and z is that the airflow past the vocal cords means they come together completely. So that's what we want to happen. We want them to close completely. Sometimes, if you get a very breathy singer, they won't close completely, and you get an sound. Okay. So we want to use sh and z to make sure that we're healthily bringing the vocal folds together. Sh, go. Good. Good. See, it's as slidey as you can. Go. Go. Good. Really take your time. Go. Good. Only reach the top when my hand does. Go. Good. See, that coming down is a lot more difficult. It's very easy for us to go and then slump, and we don't use these muscles. Now just squeeze your sides, give them a little pinch, and go for me. Go. Good. What can you feel? Yes, it draws outwards, doesn't it? Okay, these are our support muscles. Just underneath your belly button, dig in there as well, and give me a good. Up here now. Good, just underneath your rib cage. Good, so just in the middle. Good, you feel all those muscles working for you. So here, here, and here. These muscles help us to control the airflow. So they help us to control the diaphragm, which is the one big band of muscle we talked about that's like a plate. Is anyone else boiling hot? Yeah. Absolutely baking.
Look at me.
2 seconds whilst I put my hair up.
I think the aircon is on, but the small one over there, I think.
It's going to be like a Bikram yoga class by the end. It's really hard to build. So these are our support muscles, and we want to use these to make the sound nice and steady when we're singing. And if we go, then we've let them go. Again, we've let them go. They're activated the whole way whilst you sing. So have a go for me, feeling these. Go. Good. Go. Good. Really feeling these nice support muscles on the side. Hello, welcome.
Sam, Ali.
Samantha, nice to meet you. Hi. So we're just feeling our support muscles, and we're trying to get a nice gentle sound going, so that our voices aren't being harshly sung on in the first thing in the morning. Go. Good. Good. Just give me we'll start some vowels now. Good, and we want to open up the top register, so guys, if this is uncomfortable, don't join in, but if it is, then do. Woo! Girls, go. Woo! Yay! Yay! Good. Ah! Ah! Yay! 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 Woo! 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 Good. Yay! Yay! Ah! Ah! Remember that connection to these muscles? Ah! All the way up and down. Go. Ah! Good. Yay! Yay! Woo! Woo! Yeah! 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 Woo! 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 Now a little bit more nasal. Nya, nya, nya. Nya, nya, nya. Go. Nya, nya, nya. Nya, nya, nya. Nya, nya, nya. Nya, nya, nya. The reason we do these funny noises is to try to start opening up certain little resonances around here. Nya, nya, nya. Nya, nya, nya. Nya, nya, nya. Nya, nya, nya. Good. Nice and low for the guys. Nya, nya, nya. Exactly. New, new, new. 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 Nya, nya, nya. Nya, nya, nya. Again, reconnecting to these muscles. Good. Did you hear how I let that go a moment? I went I let my support go. So that's what we're trying to avoid just the hardest. Good. Give me a Maria, Maria. Go. Maria. Go for that nice support. Maria. Very slidey. Go. Maria. Good. Maria. Go. Maria. Maria. Go. Maria. Really enjoying that support at the top. Maria. Go. Maria. Maria. Go. Maria. Maria. Go. Maria. Lovely, super sound, everybody. Really nice. Let me just see what else I was going to do with you. 2 seconds. Good. So we've done tone, phonation, nasals. Oh yes, another good thing to maybe do with your kids to help them to understand this idea of support is particularly, this is very good for kids. So again, squeeze your side muscles, so you can do all these things with them to help them to understand where their muscles are and where their breathing comes from. But also, if you just do me a little giggle, go on, laugh. Can you feel them working? Yeah. And now a nice high one, ladies. Hey! Can you feel that working for you? Yeah. And how free and easy it is up there. Okay. So if you try and help the kids to understand that actually a high note doesn't need to feel high. It's something that we naturally do, or we can naturally do. And if we try and make that sound when we're actually singing, that free sound, do it again for me. Good, and then it helps them to understand how to make a natural high sound, you see. So these are all things that you can do with your kids when you're warming up. Yes, consonants, that's the last thing I wanted to do with you on warming up. So just give me, always when we're singing in choirs and in groups, I imagine you're trying to get your children to say the words a bit more clearly. Okay, so this is something you can do when you're warming up with them. Just copy me. Good, so it's a good, so if you can make it come from here, rather than comes from your throat, comes from here, excellent. Go. Good, now keep your chest nice and lifted and your neck nice and long. Like a H-E. Good, with a nice smile on your face. Good, now. feel quite tired by the end of that, and the children will start to feel quite tired and then start to use these muscles. And the more they use them, the stronger they get and the better they get. Okay, so this is a good thing to get them to have a go. My teacher makes me do it 7 times if I won't think that's a bit early. 7 times a day. Great, so
Ali,
attention.
sorry, can I just ask quickly,
Please do.
how long would you recommend doing a warm-up in any given session?
Well, you've got an hour, haven't you? All of you have an hour. I'd say devote at least 5 to 10 minutes to it at the beginning of a session. So you need to stretch their bodies first, as we did at the beginning. So you either do something like this, or you up in the air, you do one of these things, just something to stretch the bodies and open all this area and get this going. And then you do something breath-wise, make sure they're standing up properly, and then you start making a bit of a any of those noises. But you can just do it for 30 seconds. You know, we're doing a bit of an extended warm-up today, you know, just so that we can think our way through these things and talk about it. But once you've got into a routine with them, you should be able to do these things without having to discuss it too much with them, and spend about 5 to 10 minutes at the beginning of a session, always. Really important to get the voices working really properly, and so that we don't damage them, and we're careful with their voices, and also to help them understand how they're singing, and it will help them for the rest of the session to be thinking, okay, this is how I breathe, and this is how I should sit or stand. All the way through the session, it helps. The other thing, which I think I'll just do now, that's all right, is you want to warm them up to get their attention. So again, they might be doing this, or they'll be running around the room, being a bit wild, and you need to get their attention again. So the warm-up, I think it's very important to have your own routine of what you do, so that they understand where they fit in to the routine. So even if they've arrived late, they're like, okay, we're at the or we're at the whatever it is you want to do with them, we're at that moment. So you have a routine to your warm-up, and they arrive and they get into that as they go. So let's just have just hands out in front of you, and just copy me. So you can do it with me. So just that kind of just a little game, takes 30 seconds, it'll get them, okay, let's play. You know, that before you know it, that people want to get involved and want to have a bit of a go, and especially if the clapping noise is quite loud, so it gets, you know, it'll be over for anybody who's talking as well, so it'll help them to kind of calm them down, maybe get them going, get them involved. Do you ever feel like you want to play a game where you can get to know people's names, the children's names, and get them to have a go? Because we could do it, we could just spend, how much time have we got, Jake? How are we doing?
2 half 10, what's the time now?
Yeah.
We have...
How many of us know the names of our kids in the choir? Like the back of our hands. Everybody knows. Awesome.
Yeah, you know all of them. Is there anyone who feels they really don't know? Okay, fine. So yeah, let's sit down on the floor for this. We're maybe in a sort of kneeling position, yes. Or however's comfortable for you.
Got about 40 minutes, Ali, so you're fine.
Fine, great.
Yeah.
So if we do, I'll start. So the song goes, welcome everyone, welcome everyone, welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Welcome everyone, celebrate everyone, welcome with an open heart. Okay, let's have a go at the first bit. Welcome everyone, welcome everyone. Good, next bit goes, welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Have a go. Welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Good, next bit is, welcome everyone, celebrate everyone, welcome with an open heart. Have a go. Welcome everyone, celebrate everyone, welcome with an open heart. And the whole thing, go. Welcome everyone, celebrate everyone. Welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Welcome everyone, celebrate everyone. Welcome with an open heart. Good. And I say, my name is Ali. And we say, welcome Ali. Welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Welcome Ali, celebrate Ali. Welcome with an open heart. Get the idea? Here we go. My name's Ali. So then we all go, celebrate Ali. Welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Welcome Ali, celebrate Ali. Welcome with an open heart. And go on.
My name is Anna.
Welcome Anna. Welcome with an open and a joyful, heart. Welcome Anna. Celebrate Anna. Welcome with an open heart. And go on.
My name is Sneha.
Welcome Sneha. Welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Welcome Sneha. Celebrate Sneha. Welcome with an open heart. And
My name is Tamra.
welcome Tamra. Welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Welcome Tamara. Celebrate Tamara. Welcome with an open heart. Good. And we can. I've confused everyone by going through a whole bunch of different things, but you can choose whichever one you want to do. It's probably simpler just to do a bit of this rather than clapping whilst they're singing. But going on, and 3, 4.
My name is Joanne.
Welcome Joanne. Welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Welcome Joanne. Celebrate Joanne. Welcome with an open heart.
My name is Sharon.
Welcome Cheryl. Welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Welcome Cheryl. Celebrate Cheryl. Welcome with an open heart. And go on.
My name is Megan.
Welcome Megan. Welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Welcome Megan. Celebrate Megan. Welcome with an open heart.
My name is Samantha.
Welcome Samantha. Welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Welcome Samantha. Celebrate Samantha. Welcome with an open heart.
My name's Rosa.
Welcome Rosa. Welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Welcome Rosa. Celebrate Rosa. Welcome with an open heart.
My name's Shreyans.
Welcome Shreyans. Welcome with an open and a joyful heart. Welcome Shreyans. Celebrate Shreyans. Welcome with an open heart. Great. So that kind of thing gets everybody thinking about tuning, and we can learn each other's names as we go on. Everyone gets a little chance to sing, so you hear all of your kids. Don't be like me and get confused. Welcome, celebrate, joy. All this. You can come up with your own version of it in whatever language you're most comfortable with as well. So you don't have to do it in English by any means. You can change the words of any of the songs that we do to suit you and to suit. I mean, I know I was talking to Joanne, about having different dialects and so many different people speaking different languages within the group. And please feel free to obviously use your own way to make this useful, but you can do something like that. It's quite simple. It gets everybody to know who they are, and you can learn the names. And again, if you do it as a routine at the beginning of something, especially if you've got somebody new, so that they can feel included and they get to know that everybody else's names. I think that really helps. Great. So let's stand up again and.
The orchestra
I
has
thought,
to
who
reach
here knows
the venue.
heads, shoulders, knees, and
I
toes?
have to be there.
Great. We've got some people who do. You know? Okay. Yeah. So this is a song that I think is really useful. So, sorry to those who already know it, but it's a song that's useful to demonstrate how to break something down when we're teaching, I think. So the song is heads, shoulders, knees and toes, heads, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. heads, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. So, quite simple, but it might take, especially little ones, a while, and the words may confuse them. Again, you can use whatever language you want, but for now we'll stick to English because that's all I can speak, I'm afraid. So, say for me, heads,
Heads,
shoulders,
shoulders,
heads, shoulders, heads, shoulders, heads, shoulders, knees. Good. Knees, toes, knees, toes. Good. Heads, shoulders, knees, toes. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes. Heads and shoulders and knees and toes. And eyes and heads. And eyes and heads, shoulders, knees, toes.
head, shoulders, eyes, head, shoulders,
Eyes, nose, ears, head, shoulders, nose, ears, eyes, head, shoulders, ears, eyes, nose, ears, eyes. Good. Nose, ears, and eyes. Sing for me. Heads, shoulders, heads, shoulders. Now have a go at knees and toes, knees and toes. And again, knees and toes. And from the top, heads, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Good. So the second time we go knees and toes, same notes. So from the top, go. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes, and to the top. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes, Listen, knees and toes, and sing with that. Toes and good. So knees and toes and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Good. Listen. And eyes and ears. Sing. And eyes and ears. Listen. Mouth and nose. Go. Mouth and nose. Good. All together. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Good. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes. Good. At the end, knees and toes. Good. From the top, here we go. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes. Good. One more time, so we're really getting the hang of this. Getting a bit hot. Okay, 3, 4. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes. And again. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes. Good. This time we're going to do it, but we're not going to sing knees. So we're going to go heads, shoulders, toes. Heads, shoulders, toes. Eyes. You get the idea. Here we go. Bit hot, sorry. I promise we'll do a still song soon. Here we go. And heads, shoulders, toes. Heads, shoulders, toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Heads, shoulders, toes. Good. To get the idea, you can get rid of shoulders as well. You can get rid of heads. You can get rid of eyes, ears, mouth. So by the end, they are going, and they just end up with nose. And so you have one thing that they have to sing still. So, and again, that means they have to listen to their inner ear. So they have to have the tune going on in their head, and they have to try and keep in tune in their head, and then they all sing nose together. Okay, so it's a really good thing for internal rhythm, internal tuning, with but still keeping them occupied so that they're not getting bored and a bit restless. Good. So let's have a little go at a song, shall we? So maybe do you want to form up into a bit of maybe a little no, actually it's probably fine as it is. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll get all the steps out.
하고 yeah.
Yes. Say again, sorry.